Electrical outlets in bathrooms have specific requirements to ensure safety and code compliance. Potential code violations exist concerning both electrical and plumbing codes. Firstly, electrical outlets in bathrooms typically require a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, for safety. This is to protect against electrical shocks in a wet environment. Secondly, plumbing codes often dictate that electrical outlets must be located at least 12 inches away from faucets, showers, and other water sources. If an existing outlet violates either of these codes, several solutions can be considered. Option 1 is to remove the outlet entirely to eliminate the potential code violation. This is the simplest and safest approach if the outlet is not essential. Option 2 involves installing a GFCI outlet. This replaces the existing outlet with a GFCI outlet to protect against electrical shocks. However, this might necessitate additional wiring to provide power to the GFCI. A standard outlet might not have the necessary wiring configuration. Option 3 is to install a splash-proof outlet. This uses an outlet designed to withstand moisture. While it might not fulfill all plumbing code requirements, it can provide some level of protection against water exposure. Option 4 is to relocate the outlet. This involves moving the outlet to a location that is at least 12 inches away from water sources. This might require significant drywall and electrical work to accomplish. Additional considerations beyond the immediate outlet installation are also important. Bathrooms should be well ventilated to prevent moisture buildup. Adequate ventilation reduces the risk of electrical hazards and mold growth. All electrical work should be performed by a licensed electrician. This ensures that the work is done safely and according to code. Once the installation is complete, have a qualified electrician inspect it to ensure code compliance. A professional inspection can identify any potential issues and verify that the installation meets all safety standards. It is highly recommended to consult with a local building inspector to determine the specific code requirements for your area. Local codes can vary, and the inspector can provide guidance and ensure that the installation meets all relevant safety standards. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are a critical safety device in bathrooms and other areas where water is present. They work by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit. If there is a difference in current between the outgoing and returning wires, it indicates a leakage of current, possibly through a person. The GFCI quickly trips the circuit, cutting off power and preventing a potentially fatal shock. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific requirements for GFCI protection in bathrooms. These requirements are designed to minimize the risk of electrical shock in these damp environments. A splash-proof outlet, also known as a weather-resistant outlet, is designed to withstand exposure to moisture. These outlets have special gaskets and seals that prevent water from entering the electrical connections. While splash-proof outlets provide some protection, they are not a substitute for GFCI protection. Relocating an outlet involves moving its physical location to comply with plumbing code requirements. This typically requires extending the existing wiring to the new location. It is essential to ensure that the wiring is properly sized and installed according to code. When relocating an outlet, consider the accessibility and convenience of the new location. The outlet should be easily accessible for its intended use and should not be located in a place where it is likely to be splashed or exposed to water. Proper ventilation in a bathroom is crucial for reducing moisture levels. This can be achieved through the use of an exhaust fan or by opening a window. An exhaust fan should be sized appropriately for the size of the bathroom and should be vented to the outside. When hiring an electrician, verify that they are licensed and insured. A licensed electrician has the necessary training and experience to perform electrical work safely and according to code. Insurance protects you in case of any accidents or damages that may occur during the work. A professional electrical inspection can identify potential hazards that may not be immediately apparent. The inspector will check the wiring, outlets, and other electrical components to ensure that they are installed correctly and are in good working order. Local building codes can vary depending on the jurisdiction. It is important to consult with a local building inspector to determine the specific requirements for your area. The building inspector can also provide guidance on obtaining any necessary permits for the work. When working with electrical wiring, always turn off the power at the circuit breaker. This will prevent electrical shock. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before working on any wiring. Wear appropriate safety gear such as gloves and eye protection when working with electrical wiring. This will protect you from potential hazards. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to have the necessary training and experience to do it safely. When replacing an outlet, be sure to use the correct type of outlet for the application. For example, a GFCI outlet should be used in bathrooms and other wet areas. Use wire connectors to make secure connections between wires. Wire connectors should be sized appropriately for the size of the wires being connected. When installing an outlet, be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions. This will ensure that the outlet is installed correctly and will function properly. Regularly inspect your bathroom outlets for any signs of damage or wear. If you notice any problems, such as cracked outlets or loose wiring, have them repaired by a qualified electrician. Do not overload electrical outlets. Overloading an outlet can cause it to overheat and potentially start a fire. Use a power strip with a surge protector to protect your electronic devices from power surges. Power surges can damage electronic devices and can also be a fire hazard. Keep electrical appliances away from water. Do not use electrical appliances near sinks, bathtubs, or showers. If an electrical appliance falls into water, do not touch it. Turn off the power at the circuit breaker and then remove the appliance from the water. Teach children about electrical safety. Explain the dangers of electricity and how to avoid electrical shocks. Supervise children when they are using electrical appliances. Install tamper-resistant outlets in homes with young children. These outlets have a built-in safety mechanism that prevents children from inserting objects into the slots. Test GFCI outlets regularly. Press the test button on the outlet to make sure that it trips. If the outlet does not trip, have it replaced by a qualified electrician. Consider the placement of light fixtures in relation to water sources. Light fixtures should be located at least 8 feet above the bathtub or shower. Use only approved electrical cords. Electrical cords should be in good condition and should not be frayed or damaged. Do not run electrical cords under rugs or carpets. This can cause the cords to overheat and potentially start a fire. Be careful when using extension cords. Extension cords should only be used temporarily. Do not use extension cords as a permanent wiring solution. Unplug electrical appliances when they are not in use. This will save energy and will also reduce the risk of electrical shock. In older homes, the wiring may not be up to current code standards. Have the wiring inspected by a qualified electrician and upgraded if necessary. Aluminum wiring is common in older homes. Aluminum wiring can be a fire hazard if it is not properly installed and maintained. Consider replacing aluminum wiring with copper wiring. Knob and tube wiring is another type of wiring that is common in older homes. Knob and tube wiring is not grounded and can be a fire hazard. Consider replacing knob and tube wiring with modern wiring. Electrical codes are constantly evolving. Stay up to date on the latest code requirements to ensure that your home is safe. The NEC is updated every 3 years. Consult with a qualified electrician or building inspector to learn about the latest code requirements in your area. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following these tips, you can help to prevent electrical shocks and fires. Remember that electricity can be dangerous. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, it is best to hire a qualified electrician. Your safety and the safety of your family are worth it. Firstly, ensure the bathroom has adequate ventilation. Secondly, all electrical work should adhere to local and national codes. Thirdly, GFCIs should be tested monthly to ensure proper function. Fourthly, never ignore signs of electrical issues. Seek professional help promptly. Fifthly, educate yourself and others about electrical safety. Sixthly, be proactive in preventing electrical hazards. Seventhly, regular inspections can identify potential problems early. Eighthly, prioritize safety above all else when dealing with electricity. Ninthly, always consult with qualified professionals for any electrical work. 10thly, ensure all electrical products are certified.